All right, good evening, everybody. Preacher Man here, over here on the Smoky Hills of Tennessee. Just sitting out here shooting some skip with a few guys out there in the hog yard, Lumberjack, W179, a few others. And I was talking on my 350 built Cobra 29 that is an absolute audio monster. And everybody was complimenting me on the audio. And a couple of them did ask me, they said, "Preacher Man, what did you do to your audio in the past few days?" Well, I just decided to run the regular 29 with a hand mic this evening instead of running processed audio. Everybody that's heard me out there, you know that I run some wideband audio. I don't like calling it hi-fi because it's really, truly not hi-fi. It's just wide-banded audio. And I don't have an elaborate setup. I do not run lots of rack gear. I don't run Pro Tools. I can't figure out Pro Tools, just to be honest. If I sat down and actually messed with it, I know I could do it, but I just don't have the patience. So I run a really, really simple audio processing setup, chain, whatever you want to call it here. And I just thought I'd make a quick little video, come out here and show you guys what I run. And we'll start over here with the heart of everything, and that is the radio. That microphone cording away. I run a single final Galaxy 66. This radio is direct injected. All the work was done by 350 Radio in Cleveland, Georgia. Let me see if I can turn it around here. Show you the back of it. I know the lighting isn't that well, guys. Let me see if we can do this. There we go. You can see, looks like a standard radio in the back, except we have a 1/4-inch jack right there, and we have a toggle switch. What that toggle switch does, when that toggle switch is in the up position, the audio chain in the radio is bypassed. So all the audio is fed through the 1/4-inch jack right there. I can flip it down and go back to using a stock hand mic. But that is my direct injected radio. It only gets run on direct injection. I usually don't use the front panel or side panel audio, whatever you want to call it, front panel on that radio. I do have a hand mic connected to it. You'll see that there. This is a simple Superstar hand mic. Let me turn this light back off. That's a little annoying. This is a simple, cheap Superstar. I think it's the DM507. CM4 actually. It's the coffin style. Same thing as a DM507 pretty much. This mic had quit working, like most Superstars do after any amount of time. They're disposable, they're cheap. Anyways, it quit working, so I went in and clipped the wires to the mic element. So all this mic it does now is it is my PTT. When I key up and speak into the studio mic, you see right there, I key it up with the hand mic. So all of this on the front of the radio, pretty much everything but the volume. Of course, the band selector still functions, but mic gain has no effect. RF gain still functions, and then of course the carrier control. So the way I do it in my audio processing chain, we'll start from the beginning. I got a couple different microphones I run, but basically right now we are running the Shure PG57. It is more of an instrument style microphone, which means you do have to get up on it, but it does not pick up near as much background noise as, let's say, a Shure SM58 vocal microphone. And I do have just a regular tabletop mic stand. So the microphone runs, the cord runs down, 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 down into this little gadget right here. That is the iRig Pro Duo. You don't need the Duo. I do like to run other stuff in. I do like to run music in too, and I will use the other port sometimes to run music in. But I run that into the iRig Pro, and basically the iRig Pro runs over here to the iPad. This thing does not use batteries. Or hang on, I think I'm lying to you. It does use battery. The battery is only for the phantom power part, though, if you have a condenser mic. Runs over into the iPad. Now, this is where it can get confusing. I run a couple of different audio processing programs. This one right here, this is Vocal Live, made by IK Media, I think, or IK Multimedia. Same people that manufacture the iRig. So they do work great together, the iRig with Vocal Live. Vocal Live is extremely simple. If you are new to audio processing, I highly, highly recommend Vocal Live. Very easy to learn. Basically, you've got all your different, I guess you could call them, some people, like on the more complicated, elaborate programs, they're called plugins. These are really just, I call them effects. But right now, you see, I have a parametric EQ. I've got my reverb. I run a little bit of chorus and then compression. And like I said, guys, this is so easy. I knew nothing about any of this. This is where I started. I just got in here and started adding different little things. You can go up here, for instance, and you can change this. So you got your compressor up there, and then your de-esser right there. You got delay, reverb, chorus. I mean, your double, your pitch fix. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff in this. But anyways, guys, that's Vocal Live. You go down here, they got presets. None of these presets really sound good at all with what we do. So, I recommend getting up here, playing with these. Move the little dials around, add stuff. Something that I did not know and that I learned from 123 Chicago is that the order that these effects are in make a difference. I never knew that. And once I learned that from him, man, it's amazing the difference it makes. And to change the order, you just take and touch these, and you can drag them over where you want them. But the order of those makes a difference in the way your audio sounds. Real quick, I will show you another program I use. This is what I use most. It's a bit more complicated, but once you figure it out, man, it opens up so much more possibilities. This is called Final Touch Mastering Program. Right now, you see, we are on the, see if I can zoom in a little bit here. That's not going to let me. It'll zoom out. I was already zoomed in. Okay, so right there, we're on the reverb tab. So you've got your couple of different versions of reverb right there. Sorry, guys. I'm using my phone. Not that good a quality. But we'll go over here to the pre-EQ. And that's where I keep mine set at. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's voice is different. My dynamics, my post EQ. I don't do a whole lot on the post EQ. A little bit on the top and the top and the bottom end, but that's about it. And then you have your maximizer. Oh man, maximizer. maximizer. What can I say? This will make or break your audio. Either it sounds good or it sounds like crap. There is no in between when you're running maximizer. Very, very comparable to, the rack gear, the BBE sonic maximizer, that kind of stuff. Same concept. And even running rack gear with a sonic maximizer, it's either going to work for you or it's not. They don't work for everybody's voice. So if you notice it doesn't work with your voice, don't fight with it. Just move on. Maximizer is something that, like I said, it either works or it doesn't. And then over here you've got your master controls for your master output. So basically, like I said, the iRig goes into the iPad. Now this is the way I have mine set up. Everybody's can be different. I have another 1/4-inch jack going out from the iRig, and it runs down here into this little mixer. This is a Pile brand mixer. We'll turn the light back on. A Pile brand mixer. This is the cheapest of the cheap, guys. I bought this on Amazon, brand new, $55, and it is a beast for what it is. I mean, it absolutely does anything and everything I would ever need. When I first got into processed audio, I started out with just that right there. That's all I ran for 6 or 7 months. It was just that mixer. Ran my microphone into the mixer into the direct injection port on the radio. And I got so many compliments. I mean, people told me that it was a night and day difference between, standard, CB audio. Now, of course, like I said, all my radios are 350 built. They do have his full build out, full tuning alignment, hi-fi transmit, hi-fi receive, the widened out filters, all of that. So, I already had the best of the best for audio whenever it come to radio. But when I went to just that little thing right there, it made a world of a difference. And then I found a graphic equalizer. If I had it in here, I'd show you. And ironically, it was also a Pile brand. A guy I know that runs the local music store here had it out in his pool area. That's what he used for his just regular stereo for music outside. And I hooked up that cheap, beat-up graphic equalizer to that, and man, what a difference that made. So then I had 2 pieces in line. We'll go back over here while I talk. So I was running the Pile mixer with a Shure SM58 microphone. Guys, there's so many options of microphones out there. I recommend, until you figure out how far you want to go with this, get a Shure SM58. You can't go wrong with it. It is the most popular and most widely used stage microphone ever made. And there's a reason for it. They're good, they're quality, they sound good, they're dynamic. They do not require phantom power. You cannot go wrong with a Shure SM58. And so, I've run this mixer. I had it going into that cheap little 10-band graphic EQ. And that right there is what got me hooked. So I found a local guy that had 5 or 6 pieces of rack gear he was selling. He had a compressor limiter, a preamp. He had a couple other things too. He had a reverb rack, effects rack, and he had it was like I think a 21 band EQ or something like that. Well, I bought all this rack gear, brought it home, hooked it up, only to find out that you can't run a decent amount of power with rack gear without doing a lot of modifications. And I got really, really frustrated. Got all this stuff over here I spent money on. All this power I spent money on. And for all the haters gonna tell me you don't need power, whatever, I don't care. That's you, I do me. I run power, I talk skip, I talk on the top of the pile. You can talk on the bottom, I'll talk on the top. That's up to you. It's how you want to do it. But anyways, get back on subject here. So I got frustrated. Well, everybody knows that I am a huge fan of 123 Chicago technology. I love his amplifiers. I've run them in the past. Will be again soon. Got an order in. Not going to tell you guys what I got coming, but it's a hammer. I'm going to tell you that much. And started following his videos. Well, started going back and looking at a lot of his old videos, and I seen you around the iPad stuff. So I figured I'd give it a try. And I run an iPad Pro. I use this thing for work. You know, this is my work computer too. It just so happens that it's an iPad. But you don't have to use the Pro. You can use the Mini. You can use any version of the iPad from like the iPad 2 and up. You know, your stuff may not look the same, but you know, you can run different versions of the same apps. Let me go through here and see. We had Vocal Live, Final Touch Mastering. You can also run this. GarageBand. GarageBand works okay. GarageBand is also very simple. It is very, very similar to the other ones. Sorry about this. We got some stuff in there. There we go. That's what GarageBand looks like. So, you know, you got various effects, presets. Some of the GarageBand presets actually sound good, unlike the others. So, you know, there's other ones out there. There's Amplitude. Can't remember. But anyways, I mostly run the Final Touch Mastering program. And that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll try to get to them. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. I will tell you this. If you don't already, I don't care if you run wideband setup or, you know, just standard stock radio audio, you need to invest in a pair of those right there. These are some cheap headphones, but they're good. Once you start listening to the radio with headphones, you will never go back to listening to it with an external speaker. If you do run an external speaker, get a good quality speaker. Get a powered speaker, something with a subwoofer, because you would be amazed at the difference it makes whenever you hear somebody else with wideband audio popping up in your receive and you have a decent sounding speaker for that audio to come through. It makes a world of a difference. First time I heard Motormouth Mall through the headphones, oh man, I thought he sounded good before. You ought to hear him through a good set of headphones. Makes a world of a difference. But anyways, guys, that is my simple setup. Like I said, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you need to get a hold of somebody to build you a direct injected radio, you can send your radio to 350 Radio in Cleveland, Georgia. He'll do you right. But anyways, guys, that's it. Preacher Man, Smoky Hills. We're back stepping.